Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, as you can see, my makeup's a little bit half and half. So what we're going to be doing is using all the same makeup products but doing one half of my face really glam with them and then doing the other half super natural. So please keep watching if you want to see how I do this. This idea was suggested to me by Lucy on Instagram. I will put her Instagram out here. Also, Jamie Jenny recently did this video where she did like half and half, and after Lucy suggested this idea, I went and watched Jamie's video and I was just like, that is such a good idea, so I wanted to have a go at doing it myself. So I will also link Jamie's video in the description so that you can check that out if you want to. So starting off, we're going to do the brows, and I'm taking for this Morphe brow cream in the shade Hazelnut and then some Morphe clear brow gel. So for the natural side, I'm literally brushing the hairs up and I'm using the brush this way rather than this way. Then taking the Hazelnut brow cream, pinch together the brush just so it's super precise, and then I'm just going in and drawing any brow hairs where it's a little bit more sparse. For the glam side, I'm going to be taking the brow cream again. Before we even put any gel on, I'm going to start to carve out the shape. I'm focusing on filling in the tail and then just brushing through with a spoolie. And then what I'm going to do is the same. All the products that I'm using today will be linked down in the description. We're going to just brush through that brow cream, and this is just going to keep all the hairs in place for us. So I've actually got Millie on my knee right now. She's just so cuddly, and like when she wants to sleep, she wants to be on you. Unless it's bedtime, she'll go to bed, no problem. But next is foundation. I'm taking the Makiage Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation, and this is in the shade 060. So what I'm going to do is drop on the natural side a tiny bit on my face, and then I'm going to take the Makiage setting spray and I'm just going to spritz drops onto my face and then blend it out with the setting spray. Now I feel like this just helps to keep your foundation in place, but it also makes it look super natural, almost more like a tinted moisturiser. So I'm just going to do the same this side. You can always put your brush underneath so that the setting spray doesn't drip down off your face. If you're doing your full face, you could just literally dot your foundation everywhere and then spritz your face so it's a little bit damp and then go in. It's so strange doing half and half. For the full coverage side, I'm going to be applying the foundation to my face the exact same way, and then I'm going to take setting spray and a sponge. I'm going to dampen the sponge down and then dot this foundation all over. For full coverage, I do prefer a sponge, and also if you've got combination or like an oilier skin, it helps to actually keep the foundation in place for longer, I find. If you want to, you can go back in with a second coat, and I'm going to do that, but I'm just not applying as much. This foundation is actually medium to full coverage, so you can just go back in if you want to make it more intense. So that's what I'm going to do today, because we're going for that full glam. So for concealer, I'm using the Sleek Life Proof Concealer in the shade 01 Flat White, and I'm going to be using this first on this side. So what I'm going to do is do a line under the eye, and then I like to do all the way up to the top of my cheekbone, And then I also like to do where I would contour my nose and then drag it out here. So then we're going to blend this out with a sponge again and a little bit of setting spray just to keep everything in place. Don't worry about it if you bring it any bit further down, because we're going to be going in there with bronzer anyway, so it will all blend in the end. For the natural side, all I'm going to do is apply a little line like this. This is all I would do if I was doing like my everyday makeup, or just not really wearing makeup or just wanting to look a bit more awake. So literally, again, just blending out with a beauty blender, taking whatever excess product we have up just to help lift the face. And also don't forget to get in here, because a lot of people tend to be naturally darker here, so kind of like a hook shape. Next I'm taking setting powder, and this is the Makiage transparent loose powder. So for the full coverage side, I'm just literally sweeping this all over, packing it on more to areas that I'd normally get oily during the day, and then just going in with that extra layer just under the eye so that we don't get any creasing. And then on the natural side, what I'm going to do is just under the eye put a little bit, and then I'm literally just going to go in where I would naturally get oily, so T-zone, around my mouth, just because if I decide to wear gloss I don't want it to look too shiny everywhere. And then just a little bit here. Next bronzer, I'm taking the Pixi Glow Cake, and I'm taking this colour here, well this end, if that's what you want to call it. I'm taking this big fluffy brush, but it is quite small and precise still. And I'm just going in where my cheekbones are, but I'm also going a little bit higher. One thing I love about this brush is because it's so long, like the actual brush part, it's like you can't press on too hard, so you tend to get more of an even pressure. So once we've done that, I'm just going to go in once more. And then we're going to go up, and I like to contour my forehead. And my chin, and I'm just running a little down the side of my nose too. So for the more natural side, I'm literally just doing a quick circle motions, just literally roughly in the area that it was before, just not as high. I don't know if you can see the difference, but literally we're just more warming up the cheek in general, not necessarily concentrating on being really sharp. I'm also just going over my forehead, but just lightly, not as heavy as the other half. For blusher, I'm taking the Blush Trio from Morphe, and this is in the Popper Peach, and I'm taking the shade Creator. And I'm literally going over where the bronzer is and just above. So for the natural side, I'm taking that big brush again, just dipping in, and then the same motion again, just sweeping it over the cheek, just warming it up more than anything. So before I move on to eyeshadow, I'm just going to clean up my brows on the glam side with a bit of concealer. For primer for the eyes, I'm taking HelenE Double Base in shade 2, and I'm literally doing the exact same to both eyes for this, and I'm just packing on the product all over the eyes. So for eyeshadow, I'm taking the Soft Glam palette. Mine is quite used, as you can see. I'm going to take the shade Temperate, and I'm going to put this all over the natural side. And then I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange and I'm just sweeping this in the outer corner. And I'm just taking the shade Orange Soda and I'm going to sweep this over the lid and up into the crease. Just keeping everything super soft. So for mascara I'm taking the Makiage Icon mascara and I'm just going to apply this to the upper lashes and I'm going to kind of ignore the bottom ones. So once you're happy with how your lashes are looking, I'm just going to take a little bit of eyelash glue and I'm literally just going to put the tiniest false lash on the outer corner. And these are the bold face lashes and they're in the style On Repeat. So I've applied the false lash to this eye. I just feel like it completely changes the shape of your eye. It still looks natural because you've not got the heaviness. It's probably like literally a quarter of a lash. It's nothing really and it just really lifts. So this is what I like to do when I'm not really wearing makeup, like say like a more natural look, because I still like to wear a lash, just maybe not as heavy as normal. Are you alright? Hello? Millie's awake. Hello? Hello beautiful. Hello? Hello? Mummy's got makeup on. Oh, that was a big yacht. Oh, hello. Did you have a nice sleep? Come on then, let's go for wee-wees. I'll be back. I'll be back, won't we, darling? Yes. So I'm back. So we're going to move on to eyeshadow on this eye now. So I'm just taking Orange Soda. How can I not say that? I'm just taking Orange Soda and I'm buffing it out up towards the crease. Now I'm taking the shade Rustic and I'm just doing the same as I did before, just slightly lower. So just focusing this dark brown shade on the outer corner. So I've just took some concealer and I'm just going to cut the crease now. I'm so sorry if you can hear Millie chewing in the background on her toys. So I've just blended in the crease to the outer corner and I'm just going to go in now with a dark brown and I'm just going to smoke out the underneath. I'm going to apply mascara and this time we're going to do top and bottom. Maybe a week ago now I did give myself a bit of a lash lift. So I find that definitely helps because my lashes are naturally very straight. I'm just going to line my waterline with this Morphe pencil in the shade Bar. It's like a nice dark brown. Personally, because of my eye colour, I don't like the way black liner normally looks, so I normally tend to stick with browns anyway, but you could obviously use a black here. So I've applied the lash now. Now I feel like I can really see a difference between the more glam side and the more natural side. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. So moving on to highlight, I'm going to take the Milani Strobe Light Liquid Highlighter and I'm just going to dab this on. It's like a goldeny shade. Don't worry, we're going to do some more sorting of that later. And then on the natural side, I'm just going to literally pat on just a tiny bit. And then what I'm going to do is just take a foundation brush and just blend that all out. And I'm taking a small fluffy brush, I'm taking this shade Babley and I'm just going to tap off the excess, and then on this side I'm just going to literally do the tiniest bit, so I'm not going everywhere, I'm just literally up and down in that same area. Then on the glam side I'm taking a lot more, I'm taking it a lot higher and I'm taking it all over. Now it's time for lips. So for the glam side, I'm going to overline a little, not loads. On the natural side, I'm literally just doing up here and then here. For lips, I'm taking NYX Lip Green in the shade Bedtime Flirt, and for the glam side, I'm going to put this all over the lip. For the natural side, I'm just going to dab a little bit at the centre, and then using my finger, I'm just going to dab the rest out. Just to finish off, I'm taking ColourPop lip oil in this shade Local Time, and I'm just going to apply this over the natural side. Taking this dusty rose shade from the Soft Glam palette, and I'm just patting this on over the lip. So this is the finished look. I'm just going to show you both halves now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely different to what I normally do, but this is actually quite a lot of fun, and actually looking at the differences is crazy to me. Like, I can't believe it. Comment down below which one is your favourite side, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Have a lovely day.